So after months of overstaying their welcome, you ask the narcissist to move out. You compassionately give them 60 days to move out. And once they hear you you tell them that you've given them 60 days, they try to act like you and your partner have been conspiring against them. In which case, you're like, what the hell is going on? Wouldn't any grown person who lives in 2020 want to live on their own? Especially when this same individual has set up a situation in your home where they can't get along with anybody. And they're constantly starting arguments and fights and conflicts. So how long do they think that them not working, laying on their ass, and not doing or half doing the small chores that you give them to do while they're not paying rent in your home? So they take on this narrative that you and your partner are conspiring against them. And they go forward, they get a job or 2 jobs or whatever they have to do, and then get themselves an apartment. And you're happy. You happy because they taken all of this anger and things that they typically have, inside of them anyway. And it's like they're creating this story within themselves that places them, of course, in the position of a victim. And you and your partner, of course, in the position of the bad guy, because you know how their black and white thinking is. So you're like, wow, for once, their victim mentality, their black and white thinking, actually works to get what you want done. Because it's like, I've never seen the gusto, never seen the motivation, I've never seen the consistency to get out of my house like this. And I'm just like, man, this is the perfect setup. I'm not going to do anything to stop this. I'm going to make sure that this continues. I'm telling you, if you are able to somehow create this effect with the narcissist, and they see you as the enemy now, that is a fantastic place to be. You might have to sit back, get some third party insight or whatever about it, because if you're in a certain part of this narcissist journey, I don't know if you're still with the narcissist or whatever, and if they still have control over your mind or whatever. It's best to speak with a third party about what's going on, so that you can have your opinions and things validated and, reassured and confirmed, and, so that you can have perspective. But I'm telling you, if you can have a situation where the narcissist feels like you are the enemy and that you are trying to go against them and that they have something to prove, I'm telling you, they will move mountains to prove You wrong. And that is an amazing space to be with. It's like you can just sit back. Yes, you're going to go through, like, their silent treatments, their gaslighting, this and that, and this and that. But once you endure all of that, and you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, listen, just keep persevering, keep doing it, keep going. Like, for instance, me and my partner, we are, we are 4 days away from freedom. And I'm just like, okay, if I could just persevere for 4 more days. And luckily, this individual got their apartment early. Oh, God. Yes. So their stuff is still in there. And I have a plan for that. I'm not going to, release what is going on, with that, in case they feel like they can drag this situation out by keeping their things here. Because when I say April 1st, I mean April 1st. But I'll release that after the situation has happened. I'll tell you about that and the plan that I had. But providing that, they make good on their promise and saying that they're going to have a moving company come and move their things out. Like, good. I'm so glad. I never even thought to position myself where I am the enemy, because then, because I never understood that this individual thought this way. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know about the black and white thinking. I didn't know about the victim and the bad guy thing until I started researching. And I was even reluctant to be like, hey, to ask this individual to move out. As a matter of fact, a couple of weeks before I asked them to move out, they came to me all, quote unquote, in a vulnerable state. When they're vulnerable, they're manipulating. So let's just put that out there. And it's very manipulative state, very vulnerable, and like, can you not give me a time to move out or whatever? Like not give me a time to move out like such and such did you guys or whatever. And I'm just like, that must be like, I was like, oh, no. And then that's when I was still, under the breath. Hey, this person will give me so many boundaries or whatever, that, and rules and stuff that I have to follow if the shoe is on the other foot. Like, if I was staying with that individual, ooh, God forbid, and what they expect and all the standards they got and this and that. And then I was like, man, after having to mediate between this individual and my partner, I was like, listen, I ain't trying to do that. You are an outsider. I have a commitment to my partner. So nah, we not finna handle we not finna have that, cause you over here trying to divide and conquer and all that stuff. But anyway, the point of this video is, if you can manage to get them to see you as the enemy when you are trying to put them out, they will run full gusto to prove you wrong about whether or not they could take care of themselves, and they have that feeling, that they can't take care, that they think that you can't take care of them. They think that you think that they can't take care of themselves. Listen, I know that these people have cycles, because this individual that I'm talking about has stayed with me and my partner about 4 or 5 times. Whether it's just me or it's me and my partner, we've had to take care of this individual 4 or 5 times, and it has been painful every single time, increasingly painful. And this last time, this is it. So, listen, I don't care if this person disappears from the face of the earth. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. Done with it. Done with it. So, yeah. That's to give you guys, I guess, some hope and just like an update about what's going on with this individual. And I'll stop using words like individual and things like that, and I'll use pronoun more freely once this situation is cleared. Got to get on the other side of that rainbow. But yeah, peace. Hey, and tell them when they pack up all that stuff or whatever, and they taking it downstairs and doing all of that stuff, and of course making a dramatic ass exit, and they cussing you out and all of that crazy stuff. Don't just let all those words fly past you. Let all of those words just fly on past you, just bounce right off of you. And when you got them at the door, they got all their stuff in the truck. They said they last cuss word and stuff, and then they so out of breath. Just tell them, take care. You turn around, go up in your house, and close the door. And lock it. And send them on their way. Peace.